Okay, I think this is going, right? Yeah, okay, we're live. Hi, you guys. So yesterday I did a garage. I'm trying to get like the right angle. Yesterday I did a garage with Clean Monday meals and it went really well. Her name's Janae and she's just the cutest. And a lot of questions were coming in about garages. And so I thought I would just pop on here and answer them as quickly as possible so that this can kind of be your go-to place. All garages are so different, but there were a lot of consistent questions. Right now, I have linked almost all of the products that were used in Janae's garage yesterday. There are a few questions that came in that were products I forgot to link, so I'll do that as soon as I get off of here. There were command loopy hooks that I really like for cords for the charging station that I use that I will link. And so glad you guys are here. Thanks for joining. And then also the ball rack I haven't linked yet. So those are coming. All the links can be found in my highlights bubble and on Like to Know It for all my garage favorites. But I'm just going to jump into some of the questions. One of the questions I got a lot was how to get my husband to keep it organized. That is a really good question. And I don't have all the answers. It's really interesting to see marriages come together and the differences that people have. We've done 3 garages this last week, and in every single one, I feel like garages more than any other space in the house. Husbands and wives don't always agree as to how they should be organized. So I think talking ahead of time and deciding what top priorities there are and whose items get to have priority in which space area of the garage is really important to decide on ahead of interests, and they're taken care of and they have a spot and they're given enough space, then I think they're more motivated to keep it neat and tidy. And then same goes for us. I know that when I have ownership over something, helps give me a little more motivation. So that's an idea. I do think that getting everyone in the family involved in a project like this is really important. So when a garage is cleaned, having the kids be involved so that they know that their bikes don't just get thrown on the floor, their scooters or whatever it is, and that it now has a place. Whether you even want to put a label, you could create a garage with a label that says like James's bike. This is where his bike goes. We didn't go to that extent yesterday, but just whatever you can do to get kids involved, I think really helps. Okay. Tips for smaller garages that need to house much of the same stuff as that big one. That is a good question. So yes, yesterday's garage was a big one. It was a 3-car garage. And then in the 3rd car, it was a tandem garage almost. So we had a lot of depth to work with. Well, bottom line with small spaces is you can't make spaces bigger. The easiest thing to do is to pare down what you have, obviously, to edit it. And then I have kiddos or someone's knocking on the door. You can also do hanging storage above. We actually didn't show that in yesterday's garage. That really helps. Overhead storage. If I possibly can, I like to get decorations and things out of the garage unless it's in those overhead racks, and just have a garage be a place for items that we use regularly. So whether they're tools or gardening items or toys and things like that, it's really nice to have garages store the things that we're regularly using. I know that's not always possible, but if there's a storage room somewhere else in the house and you're limited on garage space, I think it's really nice to be able to do that. Let's see. Can't decide what to discard, too much stuff. Okay, I get this a lot. And in all areas of the house, I use the 20-20-20 rule. If you can replace it in 20 minutes or less for $20 or less, is it just the 20-20 rule? I think it's just that. 20-20, then that's a great rule of thumb. Oh, and if you haven't used it and you can decide whatever time frame it is. In a year, I know COVID has changed things, so there's some things that we haven't used in a couple years, but we know we'll use again. If it's something we bought thinking we'd use it and we haven't used it and a lot of time has passed, I think it's a good time to let it go. If it's something that we used in a different space or a different house or at a different stage of life and it's been a really long time, I think we hold on to so many things thinking someday or what if, and usually they're not things that really would cost that much to replace. And living a life full of intention, surrounding yourself with things that you're actually using and enjoying and liking and that work, it will clear so much clutter from your minds, and especially your garages, because that's where we hold on to a lot of stuff. So that's my advice for smaller garages. How do you utilize a 2.5 car garage where the half is much shorter and able to hang stuff up? Every garage is so different, but I do love to utilize as much wall space as I can. And again, the overhead storage. And then paring down to just the essentials that you need. I have a little friend bothering me. So we'll wrap this up. I have a few more questions. A lot of them are about how to know what to get rid of in small garages and encouraging husbands. So we've covered a lot of it. I'll link the rest of the links. Let me see. I have a few more pages that I screenshotted. What did you use to hang the golf bags? I actually already linked the hooks. We just use big, strong hooks and screwed them into the wall for the golf bags. Husband's tools and cleaning liquids. I like to sort liquids in, hold on just a second. Okay. Oh no, I will come out there in just a second, okay? Cleaning liquids, I like to put those in multi-purpose bins, because then you don't ever have to worry about them leaking, and they're easy to find, whether they're surplus or for car cleaning stuff. I already linked the multi-purpose bins. Can I save this story to your highlights? Yes, I already did. So you can always go to my highlights bubble for garages, and I'll put, I think if I can put IGTV there, I will as well. Lots about hanging stuff. Yes, I love to utilize wall space, and you can get creative with hooks. They're really great rack systems that I love, that you can buy from Amazon or Container Store, with lots of different hook options. Those are really great if a lot of the things that you're going to be hanging can be hung at the same height, and then you can switch out hooks. I think that's nice. I really like slat walls, which give you multiple options, so you can always be moving your hooks around different heights and levels if you want to get as much stuff as you can off the floor. I did a garage last week where we're getting everything off the floor, from a pickleball bag to strollers to wagons to tennis rackets, everything that camping chairs, everything that can possibly be hung, my client would like to hang. And so we're going to do slat walls and just get everything on the wall. If you have the wall space, it's a great idea. And some garages go up really high, and if there are things that you can put up high, then why not? As long as you don't mind getting on a ladder, if there are things you don't use that often. And I'm like blind, so let's see. Ours is a 2-car garage. We are renting. Holiday decor, bikes, tools, space is limited, help. Yeah, I know. I feel like that's what we're getting a lot of. Same thing, paring down. We invested in a shed to go in our side yard because my son and husband really like to, they have a lot of lawn care stuff, so it's nice to have a separate place for that. And I like to keep all of our holiday decor in our house in a storage closet. So we have the ability to do that. We have a small 2-car garage. And before I started Reset Your Nest, now it's like a warehouse for organizing things. But before I started Reset Your Nest, I wanted to, our garage was just toys, just kayaks and bikes and all the things that we use. One more question. Oh, tools. I never got to that one. Nuts, bolts, nails, etc., different sizes, all mixed up. That can be a really time-consuming project. But the tool bench that, I have a friend here. The tool bench that we use yesterday had everything organizers, and that is a great way to separate items and put nails and screws and separate things. And so getting a tool bench really does help. If not, just a tool bag can be great. And one of my organizers is here. Hi, Amy. Anyway, I hope that helps. Keep asking any questions you have, and I will add to those links. And I hope happy garage organizing. Good luck. Keep asking questions, and I hope you're enjoying this amazing early start to Memorial Day weekend. I feel like it's already the weekend.